Well, fresh data from the Reserve Bank suggests cash could be making a comeback. The total number of ATM withdrawals made in Australia jumped by 2.7% from July to August this year. That's nearly an extra 768,000 withdrawals. Now, cash campaigners are rallying for banks to respond to consumer demand to increase access to physical money. Let's bring in 7 News finance editor Gemma Acton. Is it time to dust off the old cash wallet, you know, the Velcro one that I used to have, because I don't really carry a lot of cash these days.
You can hardly even remember the word anymore.
Is it a positive thing?
Look, only around 7% of transactions these days are done with cash, so it's not a big amount, but for some people, cash is a really important source of payment. Older Australians tend to use more cash, regional and rural communities tend to use more cash. During a cost of living crisis, you'll see an uptick in people using cash because it's so much more real when you hand over cash and get change coins in your pocket than it is just tap and go. There's also been a backlash, as you've talked about on Sunrise, on surcharging recently. You know, you pay for a $4 coffee and suddenly it's $4.17 instead. So there are many reasons why cash is still very much alive and well, even if not used by a great majority of people. So
these stats were July, August, right? So very small moment in time. What about the overall trend recently?
Look, it's interesting. So around 7% of transactions today are done in cash. If you go back to 2007, you're looking at around 69%. So a huge drop-off over the last, not even 20 years, 17 years or so. But what you saw is a big drop-off during COVID for obvious reasons. Nobody wanted to touch shared coins or things. So you saw a big increase in tap card and in online transfers. But what we've seen the last year or so, pretty stable. It's been declining very, very slightly, but definitely that big sharp drop-off has stopped. So we might be levelling out at around this level now.
What does the future look like? Because it feels like it coincides with technology, doesn't it? You know, the ability to use your ATM card and then be able to tap, and then the Apple Wallet and all of those sorts of things. Is it only going to get less and less chance of using cash?
Look, technology is getting better and better and better. Apps are becoming more and more user-friendly, and there's just so many more ways to do it. We have heard calls for a cashless society for a very long time, often promoted by banks and card providers, people who it's in their interest to do that. Some are saying as early as 2026. Some people very lazily say the 2030 because it's a nice round number. Nobody really knows. We'll probably head down that track, but I can't see cash being phased out completely anytime soon.
Unreal. Message to the bank, though. You need to keep the ATMs just for a little bit longer, especially in those regional areas. Gemma, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.